And against the backdrop of today's events, these two superpowers of the world, there was always hope from Australia. Damon Murphy, all to play for. The United States, third and fourth rather, through the North America circuit. There is Ostroshko as he looks on. What a captain, what a player, 86 tries. Made his debut in Paris in 2005. And it will be Russia who kick off through Dmitry Sukin. America immediately get their hands on the ball and through the chain. They take the ball to the line, and now it's Hughes. Hughes just comes up to the sweeper, tries to beat him. Tackle was a good one, but Yosefo was there, so is Juratalo. Great start by America. Immediately they push the ball to the right, and now they come back to the left. It's Anufe with a classic park out to Baker. Not enough space down there for Baker, but he holds on to the ball and he's lost it cold.
Seeing there the ability of this US team to shift the ball, get it across, use their big men with the power to make the inroads and then shift it with static passing, giving it to guys who gas out wide. It's a wonderful thing when they're in full flight.
Well, they know the threat that Perry Baker offers, hence the reason there was 2 or 3 defenders looking to shut down that space. And now Russia through Dmitry Sukin, the 22-year-old. That is debut 4 years ago in Dubai in 2013. And Russia with first possession. You can see it, Pinkelman there, in so quickly. It all rights the ball, and he's won the penalty. Here goes Niua, taps it forward, he's lost it, and so Russia dodge a bullet on that occasion there. That looked like the first try of the match.
We're seeing Niua there, he's battling his case that they weren't back 10, right? Argument for me there. He tried to flick it up quite audaciously off the floor, and if he did catch it, it would have been a try.
I love that word, audaciously.
Goes with his hair, I guess, will he?
Folau Niua is the man who is easily to identify with that lovely afro. And of course the impact from Maka Anufe, who wears jersey 8. No Danny Barrett for the Americans, so they've only got 4 reserves, have the Americans, but now here come the Russians through Filatov, gets the ball back to Ostroshko, won't have the pace to beat Baker, and so he just holds and waits and the support arrives. And Russia with a good line out to the left, the dummy and then the offload. Baker makes another tackle, this time on Lazarenko. Quickly again through Sukin. Ostroshko throws a pass out to where Zilitov goes into the tackle of Hughes. Nothing really happening out left because the Americans had rushed up out of the line. Juratalo looks to try and steal it, and he wins another penalty. He's so good in that area.
So good, that's wonderful defence. Juratalo, when he is over the ball, you are not moving him. He is a man mountain. But what is really impressive there is, as you mentioned, with the line speed, don't let the Russians have their individual capabilities by shutting down their space. If the Russians start combining, and you start hearing the combinations of Ostrushko and Sozonov, Filatov, those types of players making inroads, there's a chance of breaking down this USD, but that's one area that Niua is really leading. Their defence are getting so much better.
Folau Niua, 32 years old, you saw his stats there. He's a vital part of this team, and he does his first core job responsibility of getting the ball in to the right place, and now Hughes will try and get on the outside to give Baker some space. Baker won't go through Ostroshko, no chance. So he throws the ball back into where Thomason is. Niua has it. Juratalo out to the left where Pinkelman has some space. Pinkelman patrolling the left flank. Juratalo gets there, so does Niua. Good play from the Americans. Thomason to Hughes. Yosefo takes a lot of stopping. Gives it back to Baker on the cut. Ostroshko holds him up. Fourth phase for the Americans, building nicely. Niua so good at that. The dummy, and he's gone. Here comes try number 46 in his career, and the first of the evening for Team USA.
Wonderful score. We're talking him up about his hair. That's why you can see in this humidity, I'm not sure if it was straight earlier, but it was wonderful play from him. Deception, Baker's having a go, nothing much on, really patient both in defence and attack. with credit to both teams. But this is one of those, as we mentioned, audacious offloads. Ball in two hands, throws it with the right hand, but the fact that he's looking the left, every defender goes with it as he just strides in under the posts.
This to make it 7-0. Formality for a kicker of the class of Madison Hughes and Falau Niua.
We get a chance here on this restart. See the height that Perry Baker gets on his jump. It's almost ridiculous.
And now the restart out to the right. Baker goes up and tries to claim it, wins it back for Team USA and then throws it forward.
Bit of a wrong of a right there. It just shows how insanely high that man jumps.
Sukin with the feed, going the natural way, which is where the ball came out. Now out to Filatov. Takes some stopping, does Filatov. Sukin won't get past Josefo. Brings him to ground, has all rights to the ball, but the clean out is good. Lovely play from the Russians. Great ball movement, good clearance, and just doing the basics really well. Giratalo with another tackle. Pinkelman comes in for the counter-ruck, but they maintain possession through Filatov. Ostroshko just throws the wide ball out to where Davidov is with their trademark headband. No clear release, and
mentioned their patience, Willie. This is the best I've seen the Russians play in a long time. They're looking composed, they're looking fit, their accuracy up there with their passing. They've got to try and get those individuals in the game a little bit more, not with as much pressure. If the defence start pushing down on Ostroshko, he's not going to make the inroads that we know he can.
Well, they've played and met on 11 occasions. America leads 6-5. And there is Dmitry Sukin, a 22-year-old who has scored 68 points in his career, 14 conversions, just a young man in the sport of sevens. Good throw to the line out to Lazarenko. There is the hooter. Ostroshko steps and beats Josefo, but he can't beat Hughes. Sukin runs a dummy line and holds the ball up for Zilotov, who comes against the grain. They've got numbers here. Have the Russians. Good pass out to where Lazarenko is. What a tackle from Thomason. And now it's been stolen by Pinkelman. Pinkelman back to Niua. They just need to be patient here, America. No need to panic. They've got the ball and they've got some numbers out here to the right. Giratalo looks and sees Baker. Now Baker with some speed on the outside. See you later. They're not going to stop him. Baker will race away to score another try. Here comes try 101.
Perry Baker having a dance underneath the post in front of the south stand, which I'm sure they appreciate. That is the power of having someone electric on your team. That is 5 metres away from his own goal line. He runs straight, goes on the outside. The guy's done in the space of 3 seconds there. He is so quick when he gets going.
He is a thoroughbred, he's a greyhound. He's everything you want in a sprinter. And we're so blessed to have him in our game. One of the superstars of sevens is Perry Baker. How many times have we seen Team USA score just on the break? 2 converted tries. They lead Russia by 14 points to 0.
The big men outside like Pinkelman, use their width, be clinical at breakdowns, you will win this game.
Underway in the second half, Niua, and now it goes 10 metres to Davidov, one of the good players for Russia, wearing jersey number 12. Quickly it's sent along the chain from Filatov to Sukin, trying to get it out quickly to their captain, who patrols out there on the left-hand side. As Ostroshko won't get past Baker. Niua gets across. Well, Baker looked like he hardly got out of second gear to catch him. He is so quick. But the Russians still have possession from the kickoff. Just need to be patient here. I know what a threat Ostroshko is because he plays wing in the 15-a-side game here, so he's strong and he's also very fast. There's Ostroshko, two defenders there. Power of strength to stay in play, and now they look to go the short game. Ostroshko looks like he's injured. Staying down, the counter ruck comes in from Baker. He's lost it forward and hands in the ruck.
Well, they've done well to fell Ostroshko there. I think Perry Baker's tactic is let him run through you, then just chase him down to jump on his back. He is a Russian tank. But Perry Baker's doing very well in controlling that out wide. I think it's impressive to note how good his defence is for someone that was perhaps questioned around that 18 months ago or so.
He no longer is learning the game. He is now teaching players how to play this wonderful sport. Ostroshko down. And there is Perry Baker, 25 for the season. Ciabello Sinatla is on Super Rugby duties. And Dan Norton, well, he just continues to get better and better like a good red wine.
He's recently announced about his 3-year extension as well, which bodes slightly for those types of statistics where he might well get to. It could be 4 figures, who knows? Get 1,000 tries, it's a ridiculous concept.
Well, the Russians need to score, and they need to score quickly. From the get-go, the power game, it won't happen. Wonderful defence from Pinkelman.
There's great strength there. The tactic often used, a lot of rugby league teams try it, when they run at you to secure the ball, get them on their back. It's not an easy thing to do. You've got a great upper body strength and know that you can use your momentum to stop them getting the ball down. Good tactic, but still a great platform. You think about this concept of having 70 metres of space with a 3-on-3, you'd take that in 15s any day of the week.
It's been all Russia in the second half. The Americans yet to touch the ball, apart from the kickoff. Now the big power game comes in from the scrum. Filatov thought about throwing the pass and then throws the dummy. Ostroshko goes into cover. Davidov can't get the ball, but Sozanov can. Yosefo in on the tackle. Thomason is there, Niua. And now Filatov, one-on-one into the contact. Hughes is there. Ostroshko goes one way and then back the other. Throws a nice pass. Are there any gaps through this American wall? Good defense from the Americans, great attack and good patience from Russia. 7 short, still in possession, they'll get the penalty. Something's got to give here.
It is in this type of territory. One collision that's not quite aggressive enough and you're over the line. And then with that man, we keep saying it, Ostroshko, if he does get that little bit of momentum, it's a definite try. But Davidov's got a bit of power amongst his thighs as well.
Well, I don't think Sukin's going to take the ball into contact as he did 60 seconds ago to be held up, so planned move out to the left. Davidov is there. Ostroshko takes the gap. If he had offloaded there, it would look interesting. Hughes is in an offside position and he might go to the bin.
I think he should do it. We talk about professional fouls. He knew full well the ruck was formed. That's the second penalty in the 5-metre area. There's got to be a yellow.
Well, they've got to score quickly here, Russia. They trail by 2 tries, not just one. Sukin to Filatov. Giratalo is there. Sukin goes close. They pick and go. Ostroshko just a metre short. Giratalo with the counter ruck and another penalty. Now Davidov, he'll throw the dummy. Davidov on the angle, scores! Here come Russia.
And there it was. German Davidov, known for his carries, takes people on, backs his strength, is a big man, and he got that collision won, and he powered over the line. You see here, waiting and waiting and waiting. Tell you what, lads, I'll do it myself. Get off me, I'm over the line. Madison Hughes not able to secure that ball as we saw with Pinkelman before. It's a tired-looking US defence there. We heard Mike Friday say he wants to see shots, and we didn't.
4.5 minutes without the ball for the Americans is the reason that German Davidov brings Russia back. This, a crucial kick, will mean that a converted try will bring them back level with Team USA, and he's done it. Great conversion. It's an intense battle between these two sides. 14-7, 2 minutes to play.
This is the crucial factor now. Have the Russian team here got the fitness, got that ability to finish these types of games off? They need to get another score. Everyone's looking at the clock, but you've got to execute your next piece of play.
Well, first things first, and that's a great restart. Davidov goes up and contests. Pinkelman will get to the ball. Ostroshko, Filatov rather, tries to pull him down, and effectively it's Sozanov that makes the tackle. They've lost the ball forward though, have the Americans, and here's a chance.
Perfectly poised now, 1 minute 30 on the clock. You know, within that time you get at least 2 solid phases of play. The clock will probably run down to about 1 minute 15 unless the referee stops it. So bide your time, get the score, but make sure it's near the post. They might well even forego to try and get the restart. But what the Russians have got to do here is, first of all, secure this scrum. Mako
Nufat, one of the best impact players, is on for Team USA. You can see him rushing up out of the line there in jersey number 8. And now the Russians through Ostroshko. Set possession, Davidov. Ball on the inside, it looked flat at best to Zivotov. But now they've still got possession. Filatov, Eduardo Filatov, goes across and gives it to his captain, Ostroshko. That's a great tackle by Pinkelman. Had to be made. Now the counter-ruck, but he's given away a penalty. Davidov with some numbers out here to the left. Pass out of reach of Sozanov, but they'll get the penalty. And they've still got 30 seconds.
They've got 30 seconds really, but a lot of them on the haunches. They look like a tired outfit here, the Russians. They've got to make sure, if they're going to score, it's near the post. For me, a draw here is a fantastic result for the Russians.
The Americans have touched the ball twice in the second half. 41 passes by the Russians to America's 24. I'll suggest to you that 20 of those Russian passes have come in the second half. As they go on the attack through Babayev. Now they work the move out towards the left. Yosefo with another tackle. And quickly the siren sounds for the end of the game. Now we're into referee's time. Davidov gets rid of the first, then pops it up. Bobbling ball close to the sideline. And great defence there from Madison Hughes. Game over. Team USA get the win. 2 converted tries to 1. And full time here. America has beaten Russia 14-7.
I've got a clue what's going on in the breakdown, if I'm honest with you. I thought they were clearing out, but you've got to clear legally. You can't neck roll, and that's a big part of the game. There's a lot of high shots that come over the shoulder, even if it's not malicious. It's a penalty. They're the laws we're playing by, so we need to look at that and see whether or not we're slightly off. I think, if I'm honest with you, in that first half, we were our own downfall. Four possessions we gifted back, and we should have been out of sight at half-time. But this Russian team, very physical. When they get the ball, they keep it. So you have to be very disciplined and stick to the plan.
Knocked out in semi-finals in Las Vegas and in Vancouver. What's it going to take to get your boys into a final?
Well, we're going to have to play a lot better than that. But, you know, it's game 1, day 1. I think we found our way. I think we've just got to eradicate the errors. We've got to make sure we stay in the fight like we did there. We didn't have any possession in the second half. We didn't lose our nerve. We controlled it, and we maintained and held our line. So that's a big positive to take from that, but we're going to have to step up our game.
It's fun, this place, isn't it? Still give you goosebumps?
Yeah, I've got good memories here. Good memories in the early 2000s. So I love coming back here every year.
Great to see you, Mike. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mickelson, a try-scoring machine over the years.
Tim Mickelson had the magic. Wonderful acceleration by Tim Mickelson. That's just brilliant.
Tim Mickelson gets another one.
Away goes the veteran, Tim Mickelson. They won't put a hand on him.
Stepping off his right and going through is Mickelson.
Look at the spin, the step, and then the power to go through. Tim Mickelson is back.
Well, what an atmosphere there is here
in the National Stadium in Hong Kong.